Now let's see this. A function is given f of x equal to 1 by 1 plus mod x. Check the differentiability at x equal to 0. So if they are asking only about differentiability, you can directly go and find out left derivative and right derivative, and you see whether they are equal or not. That is one method. What is the other method? Find out whether it is continuous or not, and then you can apply the f dash x method. So let's see the simple method first. Okay, see which one is simple, that depends on whether it is easy to differentiate the function or not. So let's see this one. F of x equal to 1 plus mod x is the function given. Now in order to find out whether it is differentiable at x equal to 0, we have to find out how the function is behaving at a point x and left to the x and right to the x. Right, at a point 0. So here we are talking about at point x equal to 0. So at the point 0, left to 0 and right to 0. Now see this. If we talk about the function at a point left to 0, so left to 0 means we are talking about negative numbers, which means this x is negative. So whenever x is negative, if you are going to remove this mod, then it is going to be minus, isn't it? Whenever x is 0, negative number, and if you are going to remove this mod, it is going to be minus x, which means 1 by 1 minus x. Now whenever x is a positive number, if you are going to remove this mod, then it is going to be plus x only. So this is what? 1 plus x when x is positive number. When x is negative number, it is minus x. When x is positive number, it is plus x, right? And what happens when x equal to 0? If you substitute x equal to 0, it is going to be 1 only. Okay, now we got how the function is behaving at 0 and around 0. Okay, now let's try to find out what is left derivative and right derivative. So left derivative is limit h tends to 0, where h is a small positive number, limit h tends to 0, 1 by 1 minus, which means, see, whenever you are talking about left derivative, you are talking about this function as f of 0 minus h, which means f of minus h, which means a negative number, right? Why? Because h is a small positive number, minus h is going to be a negative number. So whenever you are talking about negative number, you are supposed to use this function. Now I am going to use this function. In that function, in place of x, I am going to substitute minus h. So I am going to get 1 plus h here. 1 plus h minus 1 divided by minus h. It is going to be 1. Okay, so why is it 1 is? These two are going to get cancelled out, and minus minus is going to become plus, and then if you substitute h equal to 0, you are going to get 1. Now what about right derivative? In right derivative, you are going to put here as f of 0 plus h, and h is a small positive number, as you know. Now since h is a small positive number, f of 0 plus h is going to be a positive. So plus h means a positive number, therefore you are supposed to use this function. Now if I am going to use this function, it is going to be 1 by 1 plus h minus 1 divided by h. Now if you find it out, here you are going to get minus h and h, these two are going to get cancelled, and if you substitute in place of h 0, you are going to get minus 1. Now left derivative and right derivative both are not equal, therefore you can say that it is not derivable at that point, right? At that point 0. Now if you want to use the other method that we have discussed last in the earlier example, what is the other method? Check whether it is continuous or not. So what is continuous? Check whether the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the value. Now what will be left hand limit? Left hand limit means what happens to the value to a point to the left of 0. To the left of 0, this is the function, right? Now at this point, if you substitute x equal to 0, you are going to get 1, which means left hand limit equal to 1. What happens to the function at the right side? Right side is this one, right of 0 is this one, right? Now at that point, if x equal to 0, if you substitute it, it is going to be 1 by 1, again it is going to be 1. It is 1, it is 1, and it is 1. So you can say that it is continuous, right? So whenever you say that it is continuous, if it is not continuous, then it is not differentiable also. If it is continuous, you can apply the shortcut. So what is the shortcut? Just find out f dash of x. If you try to find out f dash of x is going to be 1 by 1 plus mod x whole square into mod x by x. This is what you found out. Now find out the left derivative and right derivative. So left derivative means f dash of 0 minus. Right derivative means f dash of 0 plus. Now what does it mean? If you substitute a negative number in place of x, what happens? Now if I substitute a negative number in place of x, mod x is going to become minus x. Therefore it is going to be 1 by 1 minus x whole square into minus x by x is going to be minus 1. Therefore it is minus 1 by 1 plus 1 minus x square. Now in this place of x, if you substitute 0, you are going to get minus 1 if you substitute 0. Therefore left side, left derivative, we got it as minus 1. Now let's try to find out right derivative. So what will be the right derivative? Right derivative is going to be 1 by 1 plus, I think here we got 1 by 1 plus mod x. Acha. So 1 by 1 plus mod x into this one you are going to get. So why is it? Because this has to be written as 1 plus mod x whole power minus 1. Now when you differentiate it, you are going to get minus 1 in the beginning, right? So if you get minus here, you are going to get plus 1. Okay. Now if you see this, it is going to be, if it is a positive number, 0 is a positive, 0 plus means a positive number. If you substitute a positive number, it is going to be 1 plus positive number. So there is no need of multiplying with minus, because even if you remove the mod, it is going to be a positive number whole square into minus. Now what about mod x? Again, since you are if you remove this, it has to be positive, leave it as x only. So x by x, which means it is going to be minus 1, right? Now if you substitute x equal to 0 here, it is going to be minus 1. Now we found out that left derivative is plus 1 and right derivative is minus 1. Here also you can say that it is not differentiable. See, in this case, it is better that you go with this method, because finding out the derivation, this f dash of x is bit difficult, and again you have to do this, right? So going with that method might be easy for this example. So based on the example, you can choose the method. If the example is simple that you can find out the differentiate f dash x easily, then find out whether the function is continuous or not. In case if it is continuous, then go with the f dash of x method. Otherwise, go with this method. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.